I don't have water on me, do I? No, I don't. Well, that's gonna suck. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back to Cemetery Mary. Uh, like, was it last time? I'm not sure, but next week's, actually not technically this week's videos, because this week's set of streams are not gonna be possible, because I'm going under for surgery. Oh my fucking god. I'm trying to film here. Do you mind? Okay, cool. Anyways, let us... Actually, yeah, no, hold on. Should have probably closed the door fully. Because there are people in my house. Whatever. I can get weird looks in the morning. Anyhow. I forgot there's no... Oh, there it goes, alright. Oh, good. You're awake. Sorry, I had to take a phone. That's two mail. Hold on. Twyla. That's good. Sorry, I had to take a phone call and didn't want to wake you. When did you get all wet? Twyla, I can't do this anymore, Twy. Huh? I'm sorry, but I can't do this. The fuck do you mean? I can't help you with the investigation anymore. It's too much for me. I sneak into places. I lie to people. It's stressing me out. And just now, I just thinking about it made me feel weak in my legs. I'd held myself back from crying, thinking about what could have happened if I didn't wake up right then. Well, what about just now? What did they say? Twy, Mary, come on. Don't fucking start with me. Don't start with me. Don't. English. You dumbass. Don't fucking start with the waterworks again. Just tell me what the fuck they said. Twy, please, I paused. What did she just say? I didn't mishear it. She said they. What did they said? She only told me there was a woman here, and she didn't even know for sure that she was dead. The only reason Twyla would have said they is if... Oh God. No. I couldn't let her know. I had to keep pretending, despite the pit in my stomach. Twyla, I had such a bad nightmare. I feel like I was going to die. I'm sorry. I can't keep doing this. I don't want to sneak around anymore. I don't want to lie anymore. I don't want my friends to be mad at me anymore. I just want to go home. You know what, Mary? Fine then. Go home. Not like you ever did shit for me anyways. I was better off on my own. So you know that? So you know what? Go home. Go hang out with your little boyfriend, Reginald. And I'll be sure to spit on your grave when the fucker kills you next. As I stood there crying, Twyla got into her car. My heart stopped for a second, as if thinking she would run right into me. But no, she didn't. She backed up, turned, and drove away, leaving me stranded in the woods, all alone. I pulled my phone, hoping to call someone for help, but I was soaking, and my phone was too. But I was able to turn it on. I didn't have much battery left. I used it to call Croven. He didn't pick up. And then my phone died. I tried to start it again, but it was no use. No matter how hard I tried, it wouldn't start. I was stuck. Well, there was only one way home, so I began walking. If I remembered correctly, we drove straight here along the path. There were no forks or turns in the road, so as long as I kept walking down this path, I would eventually make it back, right? I was starving. I was so hungry. It was making me sick. I felt as if I would topple over and faint, but my aching legs continued to carry me. As long as I didn't tell them to stop, then they wouldn't. They brought me all the way back to the city. It was night now. It didn't feel that long drive there. I didn't feel that long drive there, but walking felt like an eternity. But as if I was being given one blessing today, I caught the last bus home. I say home, even though Croven told me not to come back, but I had nowhere else to go. Being able to rest my feet on the bus felt like heaven, and having to get back off to make the rest of the trek to the cabin felt like hell. I was so tired. I just wanted to pass out, but I was so close. I couldn't give up now. Just a bit more, and before I knew it, I was back before the door. Before I could even knock, he answered. Well, maybe answered isn't the right word. He was on his way out. Didn't know where. The last bus just left, but he was heading out somewhere, and he ran into me. Mary, Croven, I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. You were right. You were completely right. Twyla is a monster. I wish I never ever met her. I'm so sorry, Croven. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'll never doubt you again. He was still for what felt like forever. I don't know how he was going to react, but I was thankful for the way he did. Alright, come on. You know I don't like having you cry on me. He patted my back reassuringly. It's not your fault at all. It was me who fucked up. I'm real sorry for yelling at you and all. I just got really worked up. I mean, you know how it is, right? With our families being not around and all. We're all the other has right now, yeah? So, seeing you with someone I can't stand just... I'm sorry, Mars. I should have been more chill. Maybe if you spent more time together, you wouldn't have spent so much time with her. You're still crying. Look, Alright, tell you what. I won't go out tonight. We can just stay home and chill out. You and me. Does that make you feel better? It did. Once I had calmed down enough, Croven let me go. I rubbed my eyes and made my way over to the kitchen, where Croven helped me try and figure out what to have for dinner. We didn't have much in the house currently, but we managed to scrounge something up. And as I ate, Croven sat and talked with me. Just went on and on about what was happening in his life, or what his friends had been up to lately. I didn't mind at all. It felt just like before. Before everything. Before Twyla, before my parents, before aunt and uncle. It felt like things were just nice. Different, but nice. Croven? Yeah, Mars. You know I love you, right? Ugh, don't get no cheese on me like that. Why? I was just reminding you. Yeah, whatever. Love you too. After we ate, we hung out for a little while more downstairs, but I think it was apparent we were both pretty tired, so eventually we retreated to our rooms. I plugged my phone into the charger and waited for it to turn back on. When it did, I considered messaging the mysterious number, but I was way too tired. Even if I had begun messaging them at even if I had been messaging them at late times before. Speaking of the time, it had gotten much later than I thought. Even Croven, who usually stayed up all night, was snoring away in his room. It seemed to me like he passed out the minute his head hit the pillow. Honestly, I feel like I might do the same. But despite how late it was and how tired I felt, I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to sleep just yet, not without taking a shower first. The lake water had dried into my clothes and skin from earlier. It felt disgusting. And even though I had probably became used to it, I could only imagine it didn't smell pleasant. I opened my drawers and got a fresh pair of pajamas. I was about to make my way to the bathroom shower when I heard a scream. Croven's scream. It sounded like he was yelling in pain. Croven? What happened? I yelled. There was no answer. I rushed to his bedroom, swung the door open, and then the answer presented itself. Aha! There stood Twyla, sledgehammer in hand. I had no idea how she got in, or how she found us, but she was here now, standing over Croven, who was clutching his ankle in pain. Did she smash it? Before Croven could even try and fight against her, she delivered a swift blow to his abdomen, and Croven was pushed to the floor in pain. And then she turned around to face me. Good evening, Mary. Twyla? What is all this? You look shocked. Perhaps I was beginning to give you too much credit. You're just as stupid as I thought you were. Why are you here? Please, leave us alone. You said you were done with me. I am. But I'm not done with him, she said, gesturing to Croven on the floor. He sputtered in pain. He clearly wanted to fight back, but Twyla seemed to put him in a position incapable of doing so. He reached a hand out to grab her. Twyla stomped on it. What are you talking about? I don't understand any of this. You know, Mary, you didn't really help me find the butcher, but you did help me find out where Croven lives, so I guess I can't be too upset with you after all. And how lucky is it that we're in a secluded forest where no one can hear him scream. So, thanks, I guess. Stop talking like that. Just tell me what's going on. Sure, alright, but only because you helped me so much. It's only fair I tell you in return. And I'm a fair person, aren't I? I won't go too deep into it, and I don't want to overstay my welcome, but let's just say Croven and I have been enemies for a while. But you already knew that, right? Well, as for things you don't know, you probably don't know Croven as well as you thought you did. Shut up! Croven said from his spot on the floor. You don't need to tell her any of this shit. Oh, but don't I? She asked after all. Anyways, like I was saying, we went to the lake today, right? And I asked you to talk to the people there for me. I bet you have your own ideas about how all those people wound up there. But I guess you never would have thought that your little friend over here is the reason they're there. Oh, Nene! Croven... listen, it's... Twyla kicked Croven in the mouth. Don't feel sorry for him. He isn't worth it. After learning the truth about him, I doubt you'll ever miss him once he's dead. Dead? Of course. I can't let them keep on living. Do you really want him to live after the heinous things he's been doing? There's a lot more that you don't know. I I don't trust you, Twyla. Oh, not so. It is so. I don't trust you at all. There's gotta be more to it than that. All you ever do is make me feel bad. All the things I did for you made me feel awful. I trust Croven. I know I've known him my whole life, and even if he did something bad, I trust that he has a good reason for doing it. Well, if that's how you feel, then you can die with him. Nene! That was fast. That escalated quickly. Twyla had pulled out a lighter and threw it to the side. The fire began to spread almost immediately. I know you've modified it a bit, but this place is still mostly wood, correct? It should have no trouble burning to the ground in a few minutes. Are you insane? My best guess is that if you want to get out alive, you'll have to leave him behind. But you'd never do that, right? I guess we'll see. Twyla ran right out the door, shoving me aside in the process. I barely had the time to collect all my thoughts. I barely had time to focus on anything other than getting out of here. The Twyla I saw tonight was much different from the Twyla I thought I knew. But if there's one thing we agreed upon now, it's that I would never let Croven behind like this. I ran over to Croven and helped him get to his feet. Even though you should stay low in fights, I don't think I would have been able to help him otherwise. Croven, I'm so sorry. It's not my fault. If I... Shut up. He coughed out as he accepted my help. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We need to get out of here. Then I can focus. Now, fucking kill that bitch, Twyla. Okay. I picked Croven... English. I picked Croven up off the floor and wrapped him in my arms around my shoulders. We shuffled out the door of his bedroom. The fire had already spread out here, but luckily there was an open path to the stairs. I helped him down one at a time. I could feel the stairs begin to fall victim to the heat. They felt like straw under our feet, but thankfully we had made it to the bottom with no issue. We were so close. All we needed to do was get to the front door, but that proved itself problematic. Try as we might, the door wasn't opening a budge. I couldn't even get the handle to turn. Fuck you! Croven cried in frustration. That fucking son of a bitch. I can't. Croven, I couldn't even. I was trying to say something, Croven, and you just gonna. Whatever. I tried to remain calm. The back door. We can make it out the back door. It'll be okay. Let's go. Croven also attempted to calm himself, though it seemed to be proving more difficult for him with each second that passed. We made a slow turn, aiming ourselves towards the kitchen, and we started walking again. Both Croven's injuries, we were slow, and the fire wasn't patient with us. It spread and it spread as we sludged our way across the living room. I could hear things falling from. I could hear things fall from upstairs. The house was breaking apart. The thuds of heavy objects falling made me jump as they became louder. This isn't gonna work, Maz. Croven coughed at me. Drop me. I'll get out. But you can't stay here. What? No. We're going to get out. Don't talk like that. I'm slowing you down. I don't care. We can still make it. Eventually, we made it to the kitchen, but those loud thuds I heard, I didn't know they made their way downstairs. Piles of flaming wood covered the doorway. There was no way out, except for a small hole exposed by one of the fallen logs of the house. But even calling it small was being generous. It was tiny. I'm a small girl, so I could probably fit through, but go through. What? Get out of here, Moz. You have to. Wait, let me help you through it first. Mary. Quoven grabbed himself in pain, breathing heavily. We both know I'm not gonna fit through that. Yes, we can. I know we can. Stop it. The more we're angry about it, the less time we have. If you keep fighting, it'll just get covered up by more, so leave. Now! I can't. You said it yourself. We're all the other has. I can't leave you behind. Mary, what did I just say? Go! I felt all the air escape me as Quoven pushed me out the hole. He pushed me hard, and I rolled back out of the grass next to the cabin. Quoven! I would actually yell, however, it is kind of late, and I didn't want to wake anyone up. So, I yelled as I got up quickly. I yelled as I got up as quickly as I could, but I wasn't fast enough. The entire area where the kitchen was, it collapsed in flame. I saw it happen before my own eyes, and I felt my knees give way under me. This can't be real, can it? This is just another bad dream, and I'll wake up. I have to wake up because he can't. This. Oh please let it be a dream. I can't possibly without him. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. If I had listened to him, if I had never agreed to, if I had trusted him, if I trusted him instead of. Are you crying over him? It sounds like he deserves it, but I can understand why you would be upset. It's okay, Mary. I won't do to you what I did to him. I think you'd be able to help me again. I know it didn't work out how he would. I know it didn't work out the way. I cannot read. I know it didn't work out how we intended the first time, but I have a feeling you'll get us somewhere. I mean, look where you brought us this time. It wasn't expected, but a nice surprise nonetheless. Still crying? Don't worry. We'll take good care of you. That was a while ago. I don't know exactly how long. Nor do I think I would be capable in saying how long. I don't like to think about that day. If you're wondering how my life had been since then, it's mostly the same. I'm just much more miserable now. Like before, I do what Twyla tells me to do. Only this time, I'll have a choice. I'm too afraid of what she'll do if I don't. I haven't told anyone about what happened either. Again, I'm too afraid. It's exhausting living like this, but I have no other choice. The mysterious number that had been messaging me stopped ever since that night. And as for my parents, they never returned. So I'm stuck with Twyla until I don't even know how long. Forever, as far as I can tell. I do have some time to myself though. Like, right now. And I'm on my way to spend it the same way I always do. When I get off this bus, I'm back on the path to where the old cabin was. The grass and leaves crunch under my feet. The dirt is the same as it always has been. And as I approach the cabin, I can already feel my eyes begin to well with tears as its sorry state burned into nothing but a black, ashy mess of debris and old memories. No one has cleaned it up, and I don't think anyone ever will. And I know that he is still in there. It's his grave now. So I make sure to pay my respects when given the time. I try to see him too. I try so hard to see him. All the ghosts still talk to me the way they do before. I walk to the back porch of the house, or rather, where it should be. I kneel down and rest my head atop the burnt wood. I close my eyes and try to rest. I want to fall asleep, and I hope that when I do, he will be there, waiting for me, like everyone else had been. He never is. Bad end. Ashes, ashes, we all fall. So not the good. I mean, the good ending is with Mr. Croven. Congratulations! You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that. God, every day it becomes less and less agreeable to play Portal. Wait, I'm an AI. I should probably play Portal. That's a good point. You just completed the route of Cemetery Maybury. Thank you for playing. But, do you think you can get the true ending if you try again? No, I cannot, because that's not on this path. Speaking of this path, where is... I think it's this one. Yeah, I'll call Reginald. I tried dialing Reginald's number, but there was no answer. Tried again, just in case, but there's still no... Okay, so we can't call Reginald at all. Alright, cool. Well... I wanna go down some of these. Paths that I haven't taken before. Before we go to the misery of Reginald, which I can take a wild guess what's going to happen. Go to the kitchen. Okay, I gotta be non-depressed right now. I decided to look in her kitchen. She said I was allowed, after all. I headed back downstairs and into the kitchen. It was dark, but I wasn't sure where the light switch was. Was Twyla's dinner party prepared all in here? It seemed like a small kitchen compared to the amount of guests that were here for it. Was dinner really made here? Probably best not to question it. If I know anything, it's that Twyla works in mysterious ways. I don't know what she had in here, though. I've never really seen Twyla eat, aside from the dinner party a few days ago. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. I opened Twyla's refrigerator, and to my surprise, there wasn't much at all. Even with a giant party they had, there were no leftovers? Or did they eat them all already? Still, there was a lot of empty space. There was a bowl of cherries, some gallons and bottles of water, and a leftover pizza box? Huh. I checked the freezer too, out of curiosity. There were 2 slabs of meat I couldn't quite recognize and a tub of vanilla ice cream. Well, if anything, I don't think there's anything I wanted here. I closed the refrigerator and looked in the pantry, but again, there still wasn't a lot. There wasn't much else in here. I thought about heading back upstairs, but I could hear the living room TV playing from the next room, and it was playing a familiar voice. I know that game show. Okay, so then this feeds into... Yeah, this. Alright, we would have been through there. What else is there option-wise? Look at the books. Twyla said not to snoop through her things, but surely the stuff out in the open didn't count. She had a few books splayed out, so I decided to give them a look. wasn't the reading material I was used to seeing Twyla with. Scent Grove Investigation, that town that disappeared overnight. A memoir by Detective Reynald Vultra. All about first death, a tragic love story. By Ryle Singer. Or even expected to see in her room at all. But it's interesting too. Maybe she's trying to branch out and try new things? I wish it could be more like that. Maybe I'll try to branch out more too. Alright. Well, that's... Anything else we're gonna try on this path? Oh yeah, this. Decline her. What? I'm really sorry, Twyla. I can't make it today. I know this is important, but someone's been getting jealous. I've been spending so much time with you. But you can handle it without me, right? It's not like I've been much help to you anyways. Are you fucking serious? That's an Irish accent. That's not Twyla's accent. Who the fuck even is it? I'm sorry. I'd rather not say. Ugh, fucking seriously? Fine. I'll let you off this time, even with the weak-ass excuse. But don't let this happen again. I was able to get Twyla to let me off for today. Though if she catches me outside today, she'll know something's up. So I guess I'll have to stay home for today. I walked downstairs thinking about what I'd have for breakfast now that I didn't have to rush anywhere. When I reached the bottom, I was surprised to see Croven not making pancakes. Because I'm not doing the true route. Croven was still home. Oh, you're still here? Do you want me to make us breakfast? I can make us French toast if you like. Hey, I just wanted to say sorry, Mars. I shouldn't have flipped out at you like that yesterday. It's just, she makes me so mad. Hey, Croven, can we talk about Twyla? Can we not? Please, Croven, I want to know why you hate her so much. You don't have to yell at me for. Anyways, listen, it's really none of your business. It's not important why I hate her. You just need to know that I do. It is my business, especially since you don't even want me around her. I didn't even know what you two. I didn't even know you two. I didn't even know you two knew each other. Is she like a ex of yours? Ugh, don't imply that. You really think I'd go with a bitch like that? Sorry, I shouldn't have made an assumption like that. Besides, I don't think that asshole even has a single loving soul in that cold husk of a Bonnie. Especially since... never mind. Can we please not talk about this? It's just gonna piss me off more. And if I'm honest, I'm getting kinda sick of having to apologize all the damn time. Look, if we're both going to be home together, can we not make a conversations about her? Come on, I'll do literally anything else. You can watch a movie or... fuck, I don't know. Let's play a board game or something. Wait, you're staying home today? Well, yeah. I mean, lots of our time together now is just me getting mad at you. And I thought that was, pretty unfair. It's not like I want to let you, I don't know what ancient deity I just summoned. I'm sorry if I did. It's not like I want to yell at you or anything, so, I don't know. I'd rather do something fun. I'd like to do something fun too. Can we play a board game like you said? I haven't played one in a really long time. I miss it. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever you want to do. Oh, yay! Yippee! It's just such a joyous occasion. I sure hope nothing bad happens. I I hurriedly went into one of the little storage chests we had in the cabin. I wasn't even sure we had any board games here, but I was so excited I had to check. Ah, I found a little shelf full. And my favorite game from when I was a kid was here. I remember playing it all the time when we were younger, even though I haven't played it since. I'm sure Croven hasn't either. It makes me wonder if my aunt and uncle kept it because they knew how much I liked it. That's probably silly to think. Either way, I heard it back to the. Either way, I heard it back to one of the closets. So it'd be. I cannot. We've been over this, Toaster. You can't read. Why the fuck are you playing visual novel? Because I'm bored and I can and I like the graphics. Either way, I heard it back out of the closet so we could begin playing. So, if the Strawberry Shortcake Mayor is here, and I'm here... Mary, are you trying to strategize this? I don't know how much... No, I can do this. You're playing fucking Candyland. How the hell would you even strategize something like Candyland? My brother in the culinary arts, Candyland is stupid as I mean, don't get me wrong. Candyland can be fun if you're 5 bottles in. Still, Candyland has no strategy. It's literally a card game with a board game element. Literally, bruh. Like I could probably boil down Candyland to pick a card with a number on it. Whatever number is on, you go. Why am I making a rant about Candyland of all things? Why am I saying weird things? I know there's people listening to me. Maybe, I'm not sure. I can do this. What are you doing? You just need to pick a card off the deck. Shh, you're gonna make me lose concentration. Alright. Croven usually tends to beat me at games, even when they're based off of pure luck. I don't have that feeling. Totally. Totally. I totally don't know the feeling of losing. But I definitely can beat him this time. I just need to pick the right cards. You can't I'm pretty sure you have to pick I'm pretty sure you're forced to pick the card on the top of the deck. You can't just pick a card in any spot of the deck. I mean, imagine if you could. Imagine if Candyland, but you could choose any card in the deck. That would be quite the interesting game of Candyland. I just need to pick the right cards. So, you gonna pick a card or what? I told you. Shh. If you're not gonna pick one, I'm picking one for him. Grody. If you're not gonna pick one, I'm picking one for you, Mars. Hey, no, I'll go. Wait. That may actually be a smart idea. I always lose at games, but Croven usually has pretty good luck. If he picks my card for me, I may be able to win this after all. But what if it still counts for my luck? Or if my luck knows I'm asking Croven to choose, and then what if? Oh god, hold on, my toaster light's missing a battery. Hold on. What? Hold on. This is what I am doing is very important. You can tell because I'm not pausing the video. That and also I don't feel like editing it. Okay, those two. Oh, but there it is. Illuminate my sun. I said illuminate. Thank you. Anyways. What if my luck knows I'm asking Croven to choose, and then it has to pick a bad card for me? Because it's technically still my turn, even if Even if I'm asking him to draw the card. Actually, draw yourself. It's not that big of a deal. Never mind. Huh? No, I was just thinking about something. But it's dumb, so I reached my hand out and grabbed the card from the top of the deck. I held my breath as I nervously waited to see what was on my card. Blue. Blue! 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 I got a blue card. And since there's no blue space between me and the rainbow, they're in the rainbow colored finish space, I win! Hey, congrats. Grove and slow clap for me. That was an awful second slow clap. Alright, well, no more slow clapping then. Grody. I guess that makes us go 1 to my 300, let's say. Yeah, you're just mad because I won this time. Sure. But it honestly didn't matter if I won or lost. I was just happy to be spending time with him again. Even he said that he had fun. Even he said he had a fun. Even he said that he had a fun time playing it. So we took out another board game, and another, and when we got bored of that, we started watching movies together. He eventually seemed tired of it, and just kind of scrolled through his phone while the movie played. But I was happy like this. It was like how things used to be when we would hang out together. I wish it could always be like this. Of course, we eventually had dinner and retired to our rooms. But he seemed so much happier than usual. Or rather, he seemed the way he did before he lost them. That made me happy. Good night. Always say good night to the homies. Yeah, I'm here. I'm really sorry about the other day. I was really caught up with something important, so it's fine. I was able to do it by myself. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? Yeah. I had a question for you, although it's kind of last minute. Do you want to come over for dinner tonight? Whoa, really? I mean, sure, I guess so, but yeah, blah, 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 blah. This is just dinner segment, part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Fuck it. We're gonna see everything there is to this route. Nothing is too stupid for me to try, and nothing is too stupid for me to read because I can't read. Everyone was looking at me. I had to do, something. Hopefully if I stayed vague enough, it would be enough to please them. So, you want me to talk to your late mother, correct? That's right. Alright. I'll see if I can reach her. I closed my eyes for a few seconds and clasped my hands together, pretending to be able to sense someone there. It's faint, but I think I can reach her. She's saying she misses you dearly. Oh? What else she's saying? I prayed he had siblings. I prayed that his bloodline looked down upon him with smiling eyes. She's saying she's telling me you were always her favorite child. She was always so proud of you. She was worried for you when she died, but she sees now she had no reason to be. She knows you're always trying to do the right thing, even if it's hard. She misses you, but she fuck. I'm losing her a bit, but before she goes, she just wants to know she loves you very much. It was quiet. I felt nervous. Was it good enough? I should have been more specific. Probably that. Mental breakdown. Yippee! The man started crying right in front of me. Did he really believe it? I was expecting him to tell me his mom was actually alive, even. Miss Tuma. The people sitting across from us, a few others began to give a small golf clap, seemingly impressed with me. I felt flattered, even though I hadn't really done anything. A few of them asked if I could talk to their relatives for them, but Twyla stopped them, saying I had done enough. I silently thanked her. The food was delicious and made it feel semi-worth it that I came. It's not like I had a choice. This is probably going to go down the same path as it did last time, but we're going to keep a positive attitude because I don't care. And eventually, the party came to an end. Twyla thanked me for coming and told me her driver would take me home. Though, in the car, I simply asked them to take me to the bus stop. Luckily, I didn't miss the late bus, and I got home safely. It was a bit strange, but I think in the end I was glad I went. That's lovely to hear, then. I wish I could eat dinner with my parents again. One day soon. They are safe, right? And when I see you... Reginald won't do anything. What if I call him again? What if I just keep calling him? One of these times he has to pick up. Okay, call the serious number. Then call Reginald. Okay, now. Take a shower, because that's the thing I didn't do. Maybe I should just... Okay. I want to take a shower until I'm ready to get changed. It feels weird rocking around to myself in her pajamas. Alright, we'll go living room so you can just go... Death from... what was it? Death from foul play? What happens if we get it wrong? Let's see. I think it has to do with death from foul play? Violent crimes resulting in death. I felt insecure saying that answer. I didn't feel it was exactly correct. And then the contestant on the TV said something entirely different from what I said. That's correct! No. I must have gotten it confused. How embarrassing. Alright, let's head to bed now then. I don't want you sleeping in too long tomorrow morning. Oh, okay. Good night, Denzin. Good night, girls. Sorry, I just wanted to do a deep Russian man voice. I've been doing high-pitched Russian girl voice for way too long, alright? Cut me a goddamn break. This is the same exact ending as last time, isn't it? Just give it a minute. This is the same exact ending as last time. Okay, cool. Anything else? No, all of these are basically the same. What about this one? Hold on. Oh yeah, we haven't done... Okay, we'll do girl, and then we'll, switch on over to the Reginald path. I'm just biding my time, because I have a guess what Reginald's path is going to entail, and it's not going to be pretty. I laid atop the grave and gently shut my eyes. I felt weird to be doing it purposely this time, but okay, I can't skip because this is different. But I was prepared and made sure I woke up extra early today, so that I'd be able to fall asleep with no problems. It happened, just like last time. I woke up in an unfamiliar place, but getting a closer look, this place seemed more familiar than I thought. I recognized this place. I looked up at the building before me. Its flowy awning didn't wave in the wind like it usually does, but the glass door was propped open, as if inviting me in. I guess this was my destination. I cautiously took a step inside. This restaurant was completely empty, and things seemed to be covered in a fine layer of dust. I heard about this place being closed temporarily, but the way it looked now made it as if it had been abandoned for years. Ah, there's a girl here. She didn't seem to acknowledge me when I came in, but she was the only other person here. I approached her. That's not Spinella, cause Spinella's hair is more pink than that. As I got closer to the girl, I noticed her playing with her hair, and as she moved it away from her face, I could see the horrible rash that covered her. The dizzy way she was standing made it seem like she was so exhausted. What happened to her? Who's there? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have made myself more known. You're Merlot, right? So not Spinel. Okay, cool. Merlot Colette? Did I scare you? Not at all. I could sense you coming. You smell like pretty flowers and old friends. Oh, thank you? Though I can't say I know you. I don't think that's quite true. Well, anyways, I'm really sorry. I don't have a lot of time here. Could I ask you some questions about how you got here? Well, it's been a while since I've been here. What does that mean? I only got here when you did. I haven't been to this place since that awful date. You had a bad date here? Well, my date was nice. My meal, not so much. I have an allergy, so... So that's how that, I don't know how to say this with being rude. Oh, hold on, what did you say? I don't know how to say that being rude. You got that rash on your face? I always break out like this when I have nuts. I guess they accidentally put some in my food. I see. I'm really sorry. It's strange, though. What I ordered was never supposed to come with nuts of any kind. And I used my EpiPen too. So I just don't know what went wrong. I thought I'd wake up in a hospital, but it turns out it's not. It's not at all, I guess. Oh god, that voice spilled up a lot of spit. I'm very sorry. Was there anything else strange? How so? Did you see anybody maybe suspicious? Not that I can think of. But now that you mention it... Oh? There was another unusual flavor. It was really bitter. I tried to wash it down with some of my wine, but it didn't help at all. I was even like, the more I drank, the more I tasted how awful flavor. Guess it didn't mix well with alcohol, but I stomached it anyway. I figured it was just a vegetable I wasn't used to. Then it felt like I was burning, but maybe that was just nuts. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me. Can I maybe look at your food before I go to see what it was in it? Sure, if you like. Not like I'll be eating this anytime anymore. I bent down and inspected the food that had been scattered across the floor. Just looked like some salads to me. Tossing over them, I noticed what could have been nuts, but I'm honestly not sure. I also looked over to her spilled wine glass. Did I dare taste it? It was kind of gross already being on the floor and all, and I don't even like alcohol, but it burned. I guess the time's up. I feel that's gonna give us slightly more information. I was awoken by Twyla, who roughly shook me awake. She was clearly running low on patience. Well, did you find out anything? Or did you just waste my time? Huh? Sorry, I'm still a little drowsy. Well, snap out of it. Tell me what you learned. There was a girl there, at a restaurant. The one that had been closed for a while. She had an allergic reaction to her food. Is that all? No, it wasn't just that. There was something in her food too. I thought it was just red wine, but it burned as soon as I put it in my mouth. Do you think that's... Well, definitely. I knew for a fact it was. You did? I recently heard from an inside source I recently heard from an inside source that they found the traces of something else in the girl's food after claiming she died of allergy. Really? I heard there was some incident there, but I never heard that. Of course you didn't. Because they don't want you to know. Who doesn't? I have to get going, Mary. Okay. But I have to say, I don't know how you did it, but this ability of yours seems like it'll be useful to me. I'll get back to you on this later. Alright. I have to be twice a good person, blah blah blah. Go with Twyla. This is just gonna be the same, isn't it? Alright, well I'm not gonna bother then. Alright, that's actually let me double check, hold on. Yeah, that's everything that I wanna do on that path. Alright. Time to go around one last time to see the one, the only, the dickbag, Reginald. It was a tough choice, but I had to choose one of them. I told the others I had plans and that I'd meet with them some other time. Then, when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. Reginald was not outside the cemetery gates as I expected, so I delved deeper into the cemetery. At first I was worried he had already left, but eventually I was able to find him on one of the paths. He seemed to be looking at a few graves as if he was looking for someone. I called out to him as to not startle him. He noticed me and waved me over, so I made my way over to him. Hello again, Reginald? It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you too. I'm surprised you showed up. I thought you might be busy such last minute. Well, even if you weren't here, I'd probably be here anyways. Besides, I wanted to see you. I thought it would be nice to talk again since last time we were both preoccupied with books. I'm glad to hear that. I was thinking the same thing. Oh, and speaking of books, before I forget, Reginald handed me the book from the other day. Don't worry about checking it out at the library. I told them I'd be giving it to you, so I had them extend the due date under your name. Oh, thank you, I think. I'm surprised they let you do that. Anyways, why are you here? Are you missing someone? I know it hasn't been too long since the funeral service, so... Oh, heavens no. Sorry if I made you think that. I'm just here for business. Business? Do you work at the cemetery? 'Cause I've never seen you around here before, you know. Oh, no. I agreed to meet the caretaker here, since they couldn't get off work. You see, I'm a coffin maker, and, well, someone's in need of a coffin soon. Oh, you're a coffin maker? You never told me that. That's, wow. That's, really neat, actually. Are you impressed by that? Well, you know, I'm really into these things, you know? I'm always here for a reason, after all. I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you sooner then. If you really like coffins, I can show you a few I've designed. I have a portfolio back in my home, but I'm sure I have a few pics on my phone I can show you too. Oh yes, please do. I'd really love to see it. We'll actually check some, hold on. No, I'm not really doing. Shush. I'm just. It's just like one thing I need to check, and okay, good. Reginald showed me a few pics on his phone of some of the coffins he made. They were all so detailed and intricate. They seemed personalized to the person they'd belonged to. I was taken aback. I could have stared at them all day if he'd let me. Wow, those things were really beautiful. You really made those? I'd love to be buried in one of those one day. Not the ending I foresee, but I don't know, maybe it's foreshadowing. Who knows? This game does have quite a plot twist, so we'll see. Maybe it'll twist again. But I already have a suspicion where this will end. Was that weird? Oh, no, you flatter me. I'm happy you liked him so much. What's with that look? What look? I wasn't making a look. Sorry, just had a sneaking suspicion. But no, I'm sure I'm wrong. Suspicion? About what? Oh, I was just thinking that you'd want me to design a coffin based off of you, too. Oh, wait, are you serious? I mean, I know I don't need it right now, but I'd be so happy if you did. I mean, we hardly know each other, and that's so generous. Oh, it's nothing, really. I thought someone like you would appreciate the offer, and I could always use a new muse. It'd be my pleasure, especially if it would make you that happy. You just have to promise me you won't go dying on me anytime soon. Oh, gosh. Sorry, the idea of it sounds so flattering. Do you really think I'd make a good and useful one? Absolutely. When we met, I remember you telling me about how much you loved this place. Who could ever be better for inspiration for my work? I know you love the cemetery, so we can stay here a while if you want. But I will have to leave for my lunch break soon, if you're still willing to join me. Oh, right. We can go whenever you'd like. Although, I do kind of feel bad. Croven invited me to lunch today, too. Who's Croven? I feel like this would be more weird. I mean, we're not actually blood related, and we're not like in-laws or anything either. His family has just always been really close to mine ever since we were kids, so I call him cousin even though he's not one. Though sometimes he can feel more like an annoying older brother, especially with his nasty attitude lately. Nasty attitude? Yeah, he's been very easy to upset lately. Though I guess I can't really blame him. And I know I don't really help. Well, I think you made the right decision to come here instead. You do? Absolutely. You shouldn't force yourself to be around someone who's making you feel so bad. Really, Mary, you have to take care of yourself, you know. So let's go somewhere where you don't even want. So, let's go somewhere where you don't even have to think about it. Don't worry about a boy like that. And if he ever really gets on your nerves, you can always give me a call. I won't mind. I understand how frustrating some people can be sometimes. You mean that? Thanks, Reginald. That means a lot to me. Of course. Come now, let's get going. Oh, and on the way, maybe you can recommend one of those God, I really don't know how to fucking speak Japanese. Should you draw mangas to me? I've been meaning to find one to read. I mean, I watch anime, so I can't really complain about pronunciations. I don't own Crunchyroll, though. I'm just speaking. I don't. Why did I just speak gibberish to myself? I mean, unless you can comprehend the language of toaster, which I'm betting you can't. Richard and I went to find somewhere to eat on his lunch break. Even though I hadn't known him I hadn't known him long, he was treating me as if we were always friends. It was a strange feeling, but I can't say it was one that was unwelcomed. He talked so casually, without pauses or hesitance in his voice. Boy. I couldn't understand why. It just felt so bizarre. And not even in a bad way. Maybe I'm still not used to making friends. But I was glad I had a chance now that... Ugh. But I was glad I had a chance now with someone who... Before we could decide on anywhere to go, Reginald received a phone call. It was a client of his. He looked at me apologetically and told me he had to leave right away. I told him it was alright, and we parted ways. After he left, I headed back to the cemetery. I didn't see anyone else there the rest of the day. I never know if that's a good thing anymore. When I got home that night, I did my usual routine. And to finish it off, I plopped on my bed and took out my phone, just like usual. I think I did everything. Let me double check. Yep. I should have probably quick saved. Hold on, doesn't auto... Oh no, that's auto speech. No. Auto save. Who are you really? Yeah, I've done all the things. I'm hungry today. Nope, okay. I want to go down every possible route. Not that one. That one's already been... Okay, so this one... Okay, well, whatever. My 13th birthday. Not to say I didn't enjoy my following birthdays or previous birthdays, but my 13th birthday was especially enjoyable. That was the day my parents got me a tarantula. I had been begging for them for months, and now they finally gave in and let me get one. I always loved tarantulas, despite the way others often viewed them. Or maybe it was in spite of how people viewed them. But I always knew they were gentle if you were nice to them. The way you should be. I picked the biggest and fuzziest one they would allow me to get. I named her Shelly. And I'd collect seashells to put in her enclosure. I even put cute little bows on the outside of it. I always wanted to show Shelly to others, but of course, they didn't like her as much as I did. I really loved Shelly, but she ended up getting sick. Really sick. None of the vets could even figure out what was wrong with her. Around sometime last year, she died. I was so miserable I didn't even want to eat. But my mom knew my weaknesses. She began making all my favorite foods for me. And it was hard being hungry and miserable at the same time. Even though it was just food, it helped me feel a lot better. Standing here, it's almost as if I could smell her still making it. Where the fuck is all the snot coming from? Jesus Christ. And Dad would sit with me at the counter and make sure I got my fair share of dad puns for the day. I loved being able to sit with them and eat and just joke around. But now it was all covered in dust, and no one's here. Where should I go? It doesn't really matter. Blah, 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 blah. Call Reginald. I quickly called Reginald. He was close by, so he could get here quickest. And maybe on his way over, he might see the intruder. Come on, please, pick up, don't pick up. Fuck! Hello, Mary? Reginald, you're in the cemetery right now, right? Yes, why? Can you come over here? Over where? Next door, the diner. I'm here and I really need your help. Help? What's wrong? What happened? I'll explain it once you're here. Can you please just come over? Certainly, I'll be there momentarily. Thank you. Blah 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 blah. It was only a few minutes till Reginald got here, but it felt like hours to me. Once he arrived, he commented on how shaken I looked, and asked what happened. I told him everything. About how my parents were missing, and how I wasn't supposed to be here. I asked if he'd seen any hooded person on his way over, or looked like they were in a rush, but he said that he didn't see anything. He wasn't really sure what he could do to help, but he offered to look around with me, and we could see if they left anything behind. I thought that sounded like a good idea at the time. It made the most sense in my head. We started in the dining area and slowly worked our way upstairs. I guess I must have really looked scared, because the look Reginald gave me when he faced me again looked so worried that it worried me even more. He assured me that I didn't have to worry, offered my hand to help me calm down. I accepted. We looked around, but couldn't find anything suspicious left behind. However, parents' room, necklace, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've already remembered this. Yep. Blah blah blah. Can I skip yet? Okay, no, this is new. Hold on. Mary, I'm very sorry I wasn't able to help you as much as I would have liked. What? No, don't say that. You've helped me a lot. I'm very glad you came. Really, I feel a lot better. Really? You sure? Yes. Thank you. Well, I'm glad I was able to help in at least one regard. You know, I was wondering why this place had closed down so suddenly. I had no idea it was because its owners went missing. A shame, too. I know I had only been here when we first met, but I would have loved to come again. I'm sorry, that was a wrong choice of words. I didn't mean... No, it's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. It'll open again once they come back. Well, for your safety then, can you please not come in here until they get back? Huh? I don't know who was in here earlier, but there's a possibility they might come back. They could be dangerous, right? And what if you get hurt? You know, I just realized something. In all of the endings and paths I've taken, I'm probably missing a few paths, we never know who the hooded figure is. It wasn't the mysterious number, because we texted him in the original path with Croven. It said it wasn't him, which is weird. I mean, it might be like doing it to hide it, but I'm pretty sure there's like no concrete thing to who the hooded figure was. Maybe in this path, who knows? Also, isn't your hair supposed to be more yellow? Or are you just like desanitized? No, did just like Blackout Hospital's art style make you like more saturated? Because I swear it's supposed to be like yellow instead of just being faded blonde or whatever. They could be dangerous, right? And what if you got hurt? You have to look out for yourself, Mary. I'm sure you miss your parents dearly, but they wouldn't want you putting yourself in danger now, would they? Yeah, I suppose you're right. I never even thought of it that way. You're right. I'll lock this place up again. Then, at least if the person does come back, Ugh. If the person does come back, at least they can't get in. That sounds like a good idea. Here, let's go. Why don't you walk around the cemetery with me? I'm sure it'll at least make... I'm sure it'll at least feel better than staying here. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I think I'd like that. Thank you. I'll let Reginald take me to the cemetery, away from the diner. He told me to show him all my favorite spots. Occasionally he Occasionally he asked about a decorated grave, asked if I knew who the person there was. I wish I was able to have more answers for him. The rest of my day was pretty hazy. I couldn't stop thinking about what happened. I didn't really feel any sort of relief until I got into the bed for that night. But, you know, that's never a relieving part of my day anyways. Blah, 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 blah. Mom, because she's supposed to be mute, but I don't really care. We can just skip through this. This is all the same. Blah, 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 blah. Reginald? What are you doing here? Oh, I just happened to be walking by when I noticed you there. Is everything alright? Oh, yes. Everything's fine. She wasn't like a family member or anything like that. That's a relief. It's always a sad thing, is it not? Yep, it is. It's okay. I know you didn't see it that way. Huh? Well, since you're here, would you mind helping me with something? Oh? I was just about to head down to the store to pick up a few things. Just some screws, nails, a hammer or two. Just some stuff I'm running low on or need to replace. You want me to help? You want my help for this? I'm not very educated in tools and all. Oh, no, that's alright. You don't need to be. I just appreciate the company is all. But if you'd rather not... Oh, no, I mean, yeah, I can come. It's not like I have anything better to do. Lovely. Come with me. I hope you don't mind that we'll have to walk. I would have brought my car, but it was too nice of a day to pass up the chance to walk. In the rain. Rightly so. A little water never hurt anyone. Well, I guess you've got a point. You freak. Reginald's logic didn't really make sense to me, but I decided to accompany him to the hardware store anyways. He didn't even have, like, an umbrella on him or anything. Like, he was just, like, walking in the rain, no umbrella, no hood, nothing. Like, what the fuck? I know this man is probably sick in the head, but like, still, what the fuck? That is a weird choice, but, you know, whatever. I'm not judging, even though I am. It's not like I ever go there, so it'd be a nice change of pace. Come to think of it, I didn't actually know where the hardware store was located until Reginald showed me. I guess it's good that I know now. If someone asked me where the hardware store is, I'll know how to answer. The hardware store wasn't too far away from where we were, but it felt like quite the walk since I didn't know how to get there. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I've ever actually been in a hardware store. Me neither. Does Staples count? I don't think Staples counts. Home Depot definitely counts. Yeah. As Reginald held my door open for me, the smell of fertilizer wafted forward. Quite intense. We entered into what looked like the garden section. Well, here we are. Thank you again for coming along. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry. That Screw says eat more screws. Nap. God, this is beautiful. Yeah, of course. Thank you for inviting me. It's nice to go somewhere different. Oh, what is it that you need to get again? Oh, I've got a list in my pocket, actually. Hey, would you like to turn it into a game? Oh, How do you mean? I'll split the list in half. We'll each take half and look for items on our own. Then we'll come back here when we're finished. If you can get here before me, I'll reward you. Reward me? I'll get a prize? Perhaps a book to speak with the dead? For some reason, I don't know why you'd be carrying that on you. You freak of nature? Something like that. Don't know why you have to call me freak of nature, though. That was quite rude of you. But you'll have to beat me first. Okay, I think I can do that. Maybe. Well, let's do it then. I watched as Reginald rip the list in two and handed one half over to me. Fair warning, though. I know this still at the back of my hand. Hey, I might still win. After that, Reginald went on his own and left me with my share of the list. Let's see here. Antifreeze. An axe. The fact axe is bolded and antifreeze isn't. Isn't the whole point of the Twilight plot is that the killer used antifreeze? Why the fuck? I think Reginald gave me the wrong side of the list. Tape measure, rat poison. Okay, that one makes more sense because there is rats in his apartment. Well, that's not very nice. I'll mention that to him later. For now, I had to get the things on the list. After all, I now had a challenge to win. But I didn't anticipate how big the store was. It already looked big from the outside, but now that I was walking in it, it was huge. It was a weird feeling walking in here by myself, especially considering I don't really come to these places. I don't know what I was really expecting, but it was so empty. I didn't even see any workers around. Despite that, I kept hearing footsteps. Reginald? I called out. No response. What am I doing? This place isn't scary. I'm just gonna get the things he asked me for. What was on the list? Wait, hey, where'd the list go? Did I drop it somewhere? Ah, shoot. That's okay. I'm pretty sure I remember what was on it. I'll just get the things and find my way back to the front. I'll just have to click all that apply. Okay. Antifreeze. Kind of antifreeze. Blue one. Or maybe this green one? Maybe I'll ask him later. Wait, can I get multiple? Whatever. Put it back, it's not over. Axe and all that. Picked up an axe. Is this the right kind? I mean, he's using it for wood, right? So this should be good. What else would I use? What else would you use an axe for? It's heavy. Rat poison. I picked a bottle of rat poison. What was the other thing? Tape measure. Alright, cool. Masking tape, measuring tape. Measuring tape's probably close enough. I grabbed a roll of measuring tape. I always used to play with these as a kid and tried to see how long I could stretch it. Finish shopping. I picked up what I thought he needed and decided to head back towards the counter. After all, if I looked too long, I would lose the race. At least, I knew my way back. Yeah, you ever hear that one story of the guy that put fucking like fake arrows in an IKEA and made a labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize? Did you also know the fact that was featured on one of Docko's FNAF meme reviews? Did you know the fact that I'm going to spit right now? Well, now you do! At the very least, I got back to the meeting spot before Reginald did. I only had to wait for about a minute before he showed up. Ah, so you made it back before me. Well done. Well, do you have everything? Yes, here you are. Ah, you did get it all. And just the brands I like too. You haven't been spying on me, have you? After making sure Reginald had everything he needed, he and I headed up to the front counter to pay for it all. One by one, he put all of the stuff on the blah, 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 blah. One by one, he put all the stuff onto the conveyor belt, and it slowly began to move across the cash. The cashier began scanning it. You got quite a bit of stuff, Reginald. I feel bad. Oh, why is that? Well, you don't have a car with you, and now you gotta carry all these bags home. Would you want me to help you? Oh, don't worry your silly little head about that. A little fresh air and exercise does me some good. You're not even gonna take the bus? No, I'm quite alright. Reginald, can I ask you Reginald, can I ask you something? Yes, of course. Is everything alright? Well, I know there are rats in this apartment, so I ain't gotta be worried about that. What about the axe, though? Yes, I did. My job requires me to have a lot of wood. I know what you're worried of. I know what you're worried about, though. You do? You're worried I'm going to hurt myself, aren't you? There's nothing to worry about. I've done this kind of stuff before. I just happened to break the old one last time. Oh, alright. Hey, do you want anything? Huh? They've got a shelf over there with some candy. I don't mind buying a chocolate bar if you want one. Oh, no, that's alright. You don't have to. No, you're sure? I mean, is that supposed to be my prize for winning the race? No. I'm still thinking about what your prize should be. But since we're here anyways, might as well, right? Consider it a thank you for spending time with me today. Are you really sure? Of course I am. It's just a candy bar. It's not a big deal. In that case, thank you. Reginald bought me a chocolate bar. My preferred candy bar. I'm not gonna say M&M's because I actually no, yeah, no, fuck you. Cookie Crunch M&M's. Those are actually no. No, that's not my favorite. What's my favorite? I would have to. Oh God, that's actually got tough. I'd say my favorite is either Twix, Kit Kat. Actually, no, it's Twix. Yeah, no, it's 100% Twix. Fuck, Twix, pretty good. Payday, that's all right. The Payday 2, this is us and peak right there. Payday 3, I mean it has chocolate in it, so it's all right, I guess. I think I got so much shit to do in my lifetime. It made me very happy. I made sure to thank him for it, even though he insisted it was his thanks to me. After we left the store, Reginald had to head home, saying he ought to drop off his tools and stuff. He said he felt bad for not being able to invite me to do more. I told him it was completely okay, he didn't need to do anything. I had a nice time today. Time must really fly by, because when I checked the time afterwards, we were already well into the afternoon. I ended up heading home a little early that day. I didn't have much else to do outside, so I went home. I read some books and made myself dinner, and then put the leftovers in the fridge. And then I washed up, put on my pajamas, and well, do I even have to explain what I did after that? Nope, you do not. Oh wait, hold on. Hello. So, what did you do today? What? Well, if you're not going to talk about my parents to me, I'd at least want to hear about something that you're doing. We shouldn't talk about what I do. Why not? Because you don't need to know. Doesn't it concern me? As far as I know, everything you do concerns me. Right. I'm sorry. I need to leave. Good night, Mary. I yawned. I yawned and lied down. Huh? You're just texting me so late at night. Mary! Are you awake? I understand if you aren't, of course. It's a bit late, isn't it? But whenever you read this, do respond. Reginald, why are you up so late? Oh, hello. Don't. Well, what the fuck? Why is it? Why does it do it like every time I double click and say that's weird? Don't worry about that. I just thought of the perfect prize for you, and I had to tell you as soon as I possibly could. Let me take a wild fucking guess. Ghost book. Really? What is it? You loved seeing my work the other day, right? Unless you were just flattering me. Anyways, I was thinking you could come to my workshop, and I could show you how a coffin is made, at least the way I do it. I thought it'd be a nice idea if you're into it. You're serious? I'm allowed to come see? Of course you are. I wouldn't have invited you otherwise. Then, yeah, I'd love to see. I think that'd be really cool. Thank you so much. Of course, I'm often alone, so it'll be nice to have some company. Here, I'll send you directions momentarily. Yes. Reginald gave me the directions to his workshop, and we made plans to meet there in a few days. I always wondered what went into making a coffin, so I was plenty excited to be able to see it for myself. There's only so much you can read online about stuff like this. Being able to experience it firsthand would be something entirely different. Honestly, it was a bit hard to contain how giddy I was. I felt like a kid again, excited for a field trip the next day. Well, back when I still went to school with other kids and all. Anyways, I was excited, and after feeling like I'd been waiting forever, the day finally arrived. Getting off the bus at the closest stop, I walked to the location Reginald told me I should go. He told me it was a bit of a ways off the sidewalk and not too close to many buildings. I had honestly felt like I walked in a whole new city. It definitely wasn't as brick and mortar as it definitely wasn't as brick and mortar as back where I'm used to being. There were so many trees and buildings were so spread. The grass grew in such a way that it didn't feel overgrown despite reaching a bit above your ankles. I walked down the town's cracked sidewalk until I came across a pebbled path, and following it down, I caught sight of Reginald's workshop. It was so old-fashioned. It was big, but completely made of wood. It almost looked like its own little cottage way out here, but it was charming and I liked it. I went up to the door and gave it a few gentle knocks, and I realized we're out of time. Anyways, make sure to save. And that is, like I said, all the time I have for today. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not going to be able to stream for a couple days. Actually, I'm not going to be able to stream this week because, like I said, I'm going under for surgery. That's going to be fun. Don't worry about it. So, yeah. I'll see y'all next week. Not this week, but the week after that. Can we get an F in the chat for all the teeth I'm about to lose?